Chief, get out of here. I'm trying to get a paper out. Yeah? Hey, what about those election returns? Yeah? Hold on a minute.
About time you're sending somebody down to Borden's headquarters, see if he'll concede the election to Warren.
I've done that, Jim.
What haven't you done?
I haven't told the staff to go down to Cassidy's and have a drink on you.
Well, do it.
Okay.
On me.
Thanks. But I'm a gig you just the same.
Hey, Steve. What about that coffee?
Coming right up.
Mac, got that makeup?
Just a minute.
Well, get on it. How long do you want to keep the old man waiting for this edition? Flash.
Coffee, boy.
All right. Yeah? Okay. Thanks. Hey, boys. The drinks are on the old man. Borden concedes the election. That guy must have rubber ears. He got it even before I did. Didn't you, you old pirate? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir?
There, boss.
Yes, sir. Hello.
The boss wants me.
Just a moment, please. Hello.
Boss ringing.
Just a moment, please. Hello.
What does the old man want?
Hello. I don't know. He keeps ringing, but he doesn't answer.
Jim. Jim. Get a doctor, quick. Arriving on Normandy tomorrow morning. Stop. We'll paint the town red. Joan. His daughter. Kill the front page, George. Who's going to meet this daughter of his?
I'll take care of that. You get in touch with his lawyer, Mr. Thorne.
Listen, boys. Nobody ever scooped the Chronicle before, and they're not going to do it tonight. But the election goes on the second page. The front page goes to the old man.
Will you boys for once have the decency to put those cameras away?
Just a couple of pictures of Jim Langford's daughter and her old lady.
No, not today.
Oh, Mother, stop crying.
Here she comes, boys.
There's Mr. Thorne.
Mrs. Langford. Joan,
Hello.
I've got my card here.
Oh, fine.
May I have to?
Yes, thank you. What a homecoming. Why must they take pictures at a time like this?
That's the newspaper business.
I know, but we're not important.
You are now. It isn't every day that a young lady becomes the owner and publisher of one of the most powerful newspapers in the country.
Me?
That's your father's will.
I don't see why on earth we ever came back here. We could have gone to a hotel. We haven't any servants, and there's so much to be done.
Well, Mother, it has to be done, so we might as well do it.
But I feel so helpless, Joan, dear. Oh, I'm completely exhausted. I think I'm going to faint.
Oh, Mother.
Madame will permit me. I've here some smelling salts, which if Madame would please condescend to use.
Thank you. Whoever you are.
Yes, who are you, please?
Your butler, Miss Langford.
But I didn't...
Everything has been arranged for you. A full corps of servants waiting outside. An excellent cook, a reliable chauffeur, and a lady's maid for you, Madame.
You're very kind. Most extraordinary.
Permit me, Madame. If Madame finds these salts satisfactory, I can easily procure them for her. They were prepared exclusively for the late Lady Launderdowns, in whose service I had the honor to be for many years.
How charming. A little higher, please. I always say they do know how to do things in England, don't they? A little lower, please.
Did someone send you?
Yes, miss. The Metropolitan Agency, very reliable people. With your permission. Madam, this is Mrs. Downs, your cook. What would Madame like for luncheon?
We're not very hungry.
Very well. Filet of sole marguerite. I'll chill the chablis myself. A green salad, coffee. An ice?
No, thank you.
I think that would be very nice.
Very well, Mrs. Downs. This is Edward, your chauffeur.
But we haven't any cars.
I took care of that, Miss Langford. There are 3 of them downstairs. You can take your pick.
3 cars?
Yes, Edward didn't wish to presume to make the choice, so he had them sent here.
Yeah, and that black limo is a pip. I mean, it's a beautiful car.
I'll look at them, Mother.
Is this uniform okay?
Yes. Yes, it's okay.
Thank you.
Mrs. Langford, your personal maid, Annette.
You think of everything, don't you? You're so understanding. What is your name?
Biddle, madam.
Biddle.
Annette, will you show Mrs. Langford to her room?
Just a moment. I'll look after Mother. I don't understand all this. Who did you say sent you?
The Metropolitan Agency, miss. I believe the call came from Mr. Thorne.
Oh, Mr. Thorne. How thoughtful of him, come, Joan.
Very well. Well, you can take the covers off the furniture and straighten the house around. I'll ring when I need you.
Perfect. You didn't make me president of the Thursday Club for nothing. If we don't get a nice bankroll over this setup, my name isn't Biddle.
And furthermore, my contract was with Jim Langford, not with his daughter.
Now, wait a minute, Hank. In the first place, the contract isn't with Jim. It's with the Langford Publishing Company. And in the second place, you don't know anything about his daughter.
I know all I want to know about her. She chases around with phony dukes and counts. And I'm not going to be bossed around by a dame with any screwy ideas like that.
I don't know anything about their being phony. She's supposed to be engaged to the Earl of Densester. Maybe they're not so dumb at that. She's not bad to look at.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm not interested in her Pam. She's probably one of those half-wit females who thinks it might be amusing to run the chronicle between cocktails.
Well, why don't you wait till you find out what she's planning to do? She might want to sell the paper. If she does, she'll have to sell it to you and the boys.
What do you mean?
In Jim's will.
Well, the old pirate. Gee, the boys will be glad to hear that.
Yeah. Now, Hank, you go back to your job. I'll let you know what she says, all right?
Okay. Give her my love. And tell her if she ever sticks her nose in the city room, I'm through.
Joe!
So I'm a half-wit female. And that's the man you want me to sell a paper to.
Now, you come in here with me. That was Hank Gilman, your managing editor and the very best newspaper man in town.
Fond of me, isn't he?
Oh, you mustn't take him too seriously.
I don't. I'm going to fire him.
Why, Joan, you can't. Your father thought the world of Hank. That newspaper means everything to him. Here, have a cigarette. You see, you've got to have somebody down there run that paper for you until you learn the business. I think you might like him if you met him.
Female.
Oh, well, at any rate, you'd have respect for his brains and his ability.
Well, I suppose if he stays out of my way and does his work thoroughly, I can't ask for anything more.
So you decided to run the paper yourself, eh?
Yes. I think I might find it amusing between cocktails. Bye.
Goodbye.
Female. Conceited fool.
Idiot. Joan, dear, I'm so glad you've come back. I've had such a distressing day.
You've had a distressing day.
Yes, I've been so worried about you. I do hope you were sensible and decided to sell the paper. I'm sure there are any number of people who'd like to buy a nice newspaper.
Sure, but there's only one person I could sell it to, and I won't sell it to him.
Oh, doesn't he want to buy it?
I don't care whether he does or not. I won't sell it to him.
Oh, but darling, think of the long hours and the continual strain of always printing things, which no clean-minded person wants to read anyway. Besides, you don't know anything about running a newspaper.
Well, I could learn if it weren't for that man.
What man?
The man I won't sell it to.
What are you talking about?
He won't even let me come near the building. He says he'll resign if I do. I've never been treated like that in my whole life. He called me a female. Female.
Joan, dear, who are you talking about?
Hank Gilman, the managing editor of the Chronicle.
Gilman? Gilman? Oh, one of the Boston Gilmans?
No, one of the gas house Gilmans. He was Daddy's pet.
Gas house? Gas house?
Mother, how do I look?
Dreadful.
Perfect. Pardon me.
Hey, Flag, what do you want?
I want to see Mr. Gilman.
Straight ahead.
Keep after it. Graft's graft, and a crooked politician smells best in Sing Sing. Yeah, tell him I said so. Give me the police commissioner.
Mr. Gilman, is a Miss Robbins outside to see you?
Robins don't show up till spring.
It's a young lady.
What young lady?
It's me.
You're wrong, it's I.
Well, anyway, I'm Jane Robbins.
It's fine, I'll turn a handspring.
You don't know me, Mr. Gilman, but I've admired your work for years. I read your newspaper every morning.
That makes my day complete.
Well, if you just listen to me,
Look, babe, if you're selling insurance, I've got it. If it's soap, I don't use it. See if,
I just graduated from college.
Rah, rah, rah.
And I've got to have a job. I picked you out because I think the Chronicle's just divine, don't you?
Ducky's the word. See if you can get our man in Toronto, will you? Are you still here?
I want to be a cub. Isn't that what you call a reporter?
Well, I've got other words for him. Look, Toots, there's a stairway outside that leads right down to the subway. The trains run north and south. Take your pick. Hey, Flash, you know where the front door is, don't you?
Front door?
Yeah, the place where you walk in on your feet and go out on your neck.
Oh, yes.
Swell. Just follow that handsome young man out, will you? And don't stub your toe.
Come on.
Jam.
You can see it from here on a clear day.
Hey, Phil, get me a new lead on that Wyman story for next edition, will you? Yeah. You're not twins, are you?
I almost went away without giving you this, Mr. Gilman.
Hmm? Well, this is a great pleasure. Kindly step this way, will you? Right around here. Now make yourself quite comfortable in my chair. That's fine. Now relax. Lean forward. Put your elbows on the desk. Hold the picture. Now, Miss Robbins. Listen, Miss Robbins, I'm Hank Gilman. I never saw college. I've been working on this paper for 20 years, and that's just long enough if Miss Langford thinks she can run it better than I can.
Oh, please don't take it that way, Mr. Gilman. I want to work for you. Really, I do. I'm just trying to get along.
That's a swell idea, sister. I won't detain you.
Well, you may have worked on a paper for 20 years, but it hasn't taught you courtesy. Well, that wasn't Miss Langford's idea. I asked her to write that letter because Well, because I wanted to learn the business thoroughly from one who knows it. And I didn't use it till I had to. Besides, I do need the job.
Okay, sister. You've asked for it. Bill, can you use a new girl on the city staff?
I guess so. You got anybody?
Yeah, her name's Robin. Report to the city desk.
Now?
Oh, anytime. Don't let us hurry you. You're on the payroll for 20 clams a week.
Clams?
Clams. Fish. Don't you understand English?
Oh. Oh, you mean dollars?
Your pickup is terrific. Blow now before I change my mind.
Where did you say to go?
You leave yourself wide open, don't you? The city desk.
I know, but where is the city desk?
It's your first assignment. Find it.
Thank you.
And don't bother to be polite around here. Nobody understands it.
No, sir.
Hey, Bill, that Robin's dame's a friend of Joan Langford's. Yeah, Hank. I got you. Leave it to me.
I'm looking for the city desk.
Lady, I'm it.
Well, I should have known it by the flat top.
Flash, see if you can find a spot for Miss Robbins.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Thank you.
Make yourself at home. The guy that had this desk glass is off on a bender, and he won't need it when he comes back.
Thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Ever worked on a paper before?
No.
That's what I thought. Anything you want to know, just ask me.
All right. What do I sit on?
Do I have to tell you that, too?
Robbins!
The desk wants you.
Yeah, all right, thanks. Here, Robbins. Big story. Quintuplets.
Quintuplets?
Sure. Peckfoot Nursing Home. Get down there right away.
Quintuplets. How do you do?
How do you do? Aren't they adorable? They came at 4 o'clock this morning.
Yes'm, and I ain't slept a wink.
Who sent this report to the press?
I don't know, but we all call them Mr. Johnson's quintuplets.
Evans said he'd file from Albany at 9 o'clock.
That's time enough. Say, how's that Robbins dame doing?
Just came in. I don't think she'll be around here very long.
Your thinking's improving. Did you get a story?
It was only pups.
What did you expect? Dinosaurs?
Well, if someone had committed a murder,
I'm contemplating one any minute.
You can't make a story out of pups.
A good reporter can make a story out of Shad Row.
Well, I'm trying. How's this? Gag phone call, fool, city editor.
Never mind about the heads. The copy desk will take care of that. Where's your story?
I'm coming to it.
Well, don't hurry. We have a Sunday edition, too.
The telephone call to the city desk of the Chronicle this morning was stupidly misconstrued by the city editor.
Can't you use a typewriter?
Well, I can work faster this way.
Yeah, but I can't read it. There. I didn't know I'd have to start you in the kindergarten. Now write.
Write what?
Now's the time for all good men to come to the aid of their party. Write that and keep on writing.
How long?
Till one of us drops from exhaustion. Bill, get me the Joan Langford clips out of the morgue and come on in here.
Here are the Langford clips.
I've changed my mind about that Robbins dame. No more gag assignments. She's old enough to see life on the raw. Nice big chunks of it. So give her the works, Captain.
She'll fold up like an accordion.
When she gives the last squeak, let me know.
Right.
The works.
The works.
It's too late. The gas has got him. Kids and all.
Well, what happened to you?
A fireman mistook me for the fire. I got a good story, though. 2 firemen dead, 6 overcome.
Give her the rewrite desk and come to my office.
I can write my own stuff.
At the rate you're going, we won't get it until tomorrow's edition. Say, Steve, come here.
This is my story, and I'm going to write it. I go out and get soaking wet, and you sit in there in that nice dry office. Then you come in here like a big stuffed shirt. Tell me to give my stuff to a rewrite man. You're...
Miss Robbins is busy having a nervous breakdown. Pound out a couple of columns on her fire yarn. Hop to it.
Okay. Come on, baby. Give.
In my office when you get through.
Well, come on.
Fire. East River. Chemicals. Boom!
Hey, wait a minute.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah, sit down.
What's that for?
You make me cold to look at you. Here, have some coffee.
You can act like a human being, can't you?
I have my weak moments. I get over them.
You get pleasure out of being a crab.
I get action.
You get more by being nice.
I'll run my own life if you don't mind.
Oh, no, it's nothing to me.
Thanks. And don't get swell-headed about turning in one story. Tomorrow they'll be using it to light fires with.
Anyway, I didn't flop.
No, surprises in everyone's life. You've been doing a Brody all week.
I have not. I worked as hard as anybody on this paper. I'm getting a little weary of being taken for a ride all the time.
All right, Robbins. We'll skip the merry-go-round. You got off to a bad start with me. I thought you were a phony.
Phony? How do you mean?
I took you for a college girl with an urge to annoy people. And that letter from Joan Langford didn't boost your average.
What's the matter with Joan Langford?
Life is too short to go into details.
You know, if you took the trouble to get acquainted, you might like her.
I've got too many friends now. Listen, I've seen plenty of those society babes. They're all alike.
There's an odd chance she wouldn't like you either.
Oh, no, stop. You're breaking my heart. So you better go home and get some rest. You've had a tough day.
Oh, thanks. Am I really out of the doghouse now, Hank?
Mr. Gilman to you. Another thing, you've ruined your clothes.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow, you draw 50 clams a week.
50?
Yeah, we're wasting seafood this season.
Gee, thanks.
Don't get a swell dome. You're not worth it.
Then I don't want it.
You could use it, can't you?
Yes, of course.
All right, scram. Hey, come back with that coat.
Good evening, Miss Jones.
Good evening, Biddle. What's going on in there?
Your mother's giving a small drop-in party, Miss Jones. They drop in and don't drop out. There's a message for you.
Oh, Missy.
Another cablegram, Miss Jones.
Come in.
Miss Jones.
Oh, thanks. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo to you, miss. Hello? Miss Robbins. Just a moment, please. It's Mr. Gilman's calling.
Give it to me. Hello?
Hello, Robbins. There's been a shooting in your neighborhood. Yeah, drag yourself over to 1162 East 57th Street. I'll have a photographer meet you there.
Oh, listen, Hank. I can hardly move. I'm so tired.
We'll go into your physical condition next Thursday. Go out and grab that story.
Oh, but Mr. Gilman. What? Somebody's butler? Oh, but listen. What's one dead butler, more or less? I'm tired. Danwell?
Yeah, Danwell. Butler shoots boss is an old angle, but boss shoots butler is a new slant. Besides, this is the third one of these things that's happened in the past 6 months.
All right. Bye. 1162 East 57th Street.
Pardon me, miss, but has something happened?
Yeah. I gotta see a man about a butler.
The Danwell butler?
Mm-hmm. But there's no hurry about it. He's dead.
Dead?
Now, don't disturb me. I simply got to relax for a few minutes.
Yes, miss.
Two spades.
3 diamonds.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening, Bill.
Help yourselves. Courtesy of the Langfords.
You seem a bit out of sorts tonight, Mr. President.
I'm annoyed.
Oh, what about?
I have to report a bit of carelessness on the part of one of our members.
Carelessness?
Who is it? Al Williams.
Williams? Oh, that damn clock. We'll have him resign.
He's resigned, all right. He's been shot.
Shot?
Is he badly hurt?
He's dead.
Dead?
As mutton.
Serves him right, dumbbell.
Now get this once and for all. All of you. I have no objection to any of you making money in a legitimate way, such as chiseling on the grocery bill, laundry bill, so forth and so on. But when it comes to real dough, I'll handle it. Let Williams be a lesson to you. He had a perfect setup in this Danwell case, but he chose to disobey orders. And what's he got? A bullet. From now on, I want only airtight cases, and I'll give the orders.
Oh, hello, Flash. What's the matter with everybody around here today?
Have you seen the Express this morning?
Yeah, I know all about it.
He's waiting for you. No, not there. In there.
Well, go on. Say it.
You started. I run out of words.
I didn't mean to let you down. I fell asleep.
Without rocking, I guess.
What do you mean?
You didn't want any part of that Danwell case because they were friends of yours. You knew too much about it. Stop me if I'm wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Take off the false whiskers, Miss Langford. I've known you from the first day you breezed in here.
Oh,
I was just dumb enough to think you were on the level about wanting to learn the business.
I do.
And your idea is to let every paper in New York scoop us on the biggest story we've had in months.
Well, I just thought that...
You're not supposed to think we'll do that. You've made the Chronicle the laugh of New York. We'll skip what you've made out of me.
After all, the Chronicle's my paper.
Sure, babe. It is. It's all yours. I stuck because I had a screwy idea that you might turn out like your dad. He was a swell newspaper man, but he missed out on daughters. You don't fit around the press. You belong in a love seat feeding tea to the Earl of Dempster.
At least he's a gentleman.
He's all yours. Wrap him up in cotton and put him where the moths won't get him. Here. Come here. Sit down. You don't fit very well, but it's all yours.
You've been doing all the talking. Now you listen to me. I knew what you were trying to do all along. You wanted me to sell the paper so you could grab it for yourself.
I might have expected a feminine crack like that.
Well, it's the truth and you can't take it.
I can take anything you offer. Your next speech is, I'm fired. Well, you can save your breath with the Earl of Clatterbottle. Here's my resignation.
Oh, Hank, you can't.
Oh, can't I? I put on a brand new suit and a clean shirt just to come down here and resign. You can run the Chronicle now. It's all yours. I'll read the society column for laughs.
Oh, wait a minute, Hank. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean it. Oh, I'm sorry. Hank, you can't resign from the paper.
Why not?
Because everything you said about me is true. I am a flop and I don't belong here. You're not leaving. I am.
Well, I think it's absolutely disgraceful. Our best friend spread all over the front page of our own newspaper. And for what? A butler. He was probably snooping. And a snooping butler ought to be shot.
You rang, Miss Langford?
Oh, yes, come in. All right, Mother, run along. I'll do the best I can to stop the story.
Well, I should hope so. Even if you have stopped going to that horrible office, you still own the paper. Biddle, don't ever be a snooper.
No, madame, I never snoop.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Biddle.
Yes, miss, quite so, snooping.
I presume you knew the Danwell butler.
Yes, miss, very well.
Well, in the course of investigations, there'll be a lot of snoopers. Police, news reporters, and so forth, asking questions of all of his friends. If you're approached, I want you to say nothing about it.
I quite understand, miss. Beware of snoopers.
Thank you, Biddle.
Hello? Miss Langford? She's here, hold the line. Mr. Gilbert.
Oh, just a minute, Biddle.
Hello, Hank.
Not that you didn't deserve it.
Why, Mr. Gilman, is this an apology? I can't believe it. I'm awfully glad you called. I wanted to talk to you about this Danwell story.
That's what's on my mind. Come on down and get back to work.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm out of that for good. From now on, I'm going to have a good time. Going places and doing things.
Swell idea. How about an escort? I'll dig the monkey suit out of camper and we'll hit the hot spots. With who? You mean that stooge that answered the phone with the Oxford dialect?
Well, why not? I told you yesterday he was a gentleman. Remember?
You mean that egg was the Earl of Dempster?
Of course. Biddle.
Yes, miss?
You're the Earl of Dempster.
Very good, miss.
Mr. Gilman, allow me to present his lordship, the 5th Earl of Dempster. Defender of the faith.
Knight of the Garter.
Knight of the Garter.
KCB. KCMG.
Just a moment. Tell him yourself. I can't remember it.
This is the Earl in person. KCB, KCMG. I see, old chap, how are you?
Say, would you mind hanging yourself on a chandelier and putting Miss Langford back on?
I don't think he wishes to play.
Hello, Hank. Yes, that was the Earl. Well, he's here incognito. Meet him? Why, of course. Let me see. Well, what about Petrie's this afternoon? We're having cocktails. We'll see you there then. Goodbye.
Love you all, miss.
Oh, Biddle.
Yes, miss?
Say, hello, darling.
Hello. I beg your pardon.
Oh, go on, say it.
Hello, darling. Is that all right, Miss Langford?
Well, you could warm it up a bit. Oh, and Biddle, I want you to escort me to Petrie's this afternoon for cocktails.
As the Earl?
As the Earl.
Very good, miss. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Hello, darling.
Archie, I thought you'd never say that. I've been waiting so long.
Hey, what?
Archie, may I have this afternoon off? I have to do some shopping.
Impossible.
Archie, please.
No, I'm going to be away myself.
I'll tickle.
No, please don't do that. You'll make me drop the tray.
Stay close to me. Take my arm.
Yes, miss.
Wish you wouldn't bow.
It's a habit, miss.
And don't call me miss.
No, miss.
Well, do something. Act like an Earl.
A table for the Earl of Dempster.
Yes, sir. This way, please.
That's right. Keep it up.
Here she comes. No, stay here till I give you the signal.
It's quite generally known that Mr. Danmore was paying attention to that Mrs. Knobloch.
Wait.
Oh, isn't that Joan? Why, yes.
Well, we might as well face it. Come on.
Miss Langford, one hardly pushes an Earl about like this.
Oh, come on. Hello, Mother. Oh, look who just arrived. You remember the Earl of Dempster. His boat just got in this morning. He didn't even let me know it was coming. What a surprise.
Oh, why, yes, of course. Hello, Ronnie.
Hello.
Mrs. Geoffrey Stokes, the Earl of Dempster.
Charmed, I'm sure.
How do you do? And Mrs. Wilson Abernathy, the Earl of Dempster.
Your Lordship.
Mrs. Wilson Abernathy, charmed, I'm sure.
Oh, please sit down.
Q?
Yes, do, Ronnie.
Q? Enjoying your sandwich?
Well, very much, thank you.
Oh.
Hello, Joan.
Hello, Hank. This is my mother, Mr. Gilman.
Oh, how do you do?
And Mrs. Abernathy.
Miss Abernathy?
Mrs. Stokes.
How do you do?
How do you do? And the Earl of Dempster.
Well, as I live and breathe. How are you?
KCB, KCMG.
MEOTC.
MEOTC?
Managing editor of the Chronicle. What does your anagram spell?
Night Commander the Bath. Night Commander Hendriss's Guards.
You're running a lot of tickets. Jaime, when did you get in?
This morning.
Funny, I didn't hear any whistles. Now just relax, everybody. We're going to take a few pictures.
Oh, but Mr. Gilman, you can't do this.
Now, don't worry. I'll do him justice.
No, Mr. Gilman, I don't want any pictures.
We're going to take one of you too, Mrs. Langford. I'm going to print it right on the front page. Come on, honey. Now, your your lordship, you move closer. That's it.
Pleasure. Do I wet my lips?
Yeah, but don't stick your tongue out. There, that looks goofy enough. Hold it. Splendid.
Sure.
And now one with Miss Langford, please.
Oh, Hank, this is a dirty trick.
It won't be long. Oh, will you exchange places with his lordship, please?
Do you mind?
No,
Thank
of
you.
course not.
Oh, and Miss Langford, will you sit here, please? That's it.
And where do I
Now,
sit?
A little bit this. Right here. Oh, Jaime. There you are. Rest the hips. Now, close together, please. Oh, smile, Miss Langford. Nice little smile for Bertie. Come on, that's it.
Joe?
A
lot of fun.
No, wait outside for me. Get a taxi, will you? Oh, no.
Oh, Mr. Gilman, I want to talk to you. You're not really going to use those pictures.
Well, if he looks too bad, we'll put a mustache on.
Listen, Hank, I really must talk to you. It's important.
Shoot.
I say, Joan, don't you think we should dance?
Ask Mother, Ronnie.
Madame, do you rumba?
Why, I beg your pardon.
But of course you do. Come along.
How dare you do this to me, Biddle? How dare you? I'll discharge you in the morning.
I think not, madame.
We can't talk here. Come for dinner tonight. We can be alone.
Swell. Where will you drape his lordship?
Oh, I'll send him to a movie with Mother. How about 8:30?
I'll be gnawing at the bell at 8. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Biddle, must you do that?
Yes, madame, when you rumba.
Rumba my eye.
Go down to the morgue and get me a couple of shots of the Danwell butler on the slab, and then beat it back to the office. Okay. Hey, wait a minute.
Home, Edward.
Hey, we're going back to the office and print up those pictures. Get in.
A Chronicle.
Get our London office and locate the Earl of Dexter. KCBKCMG and make it PDQ.
Say, Hank, got the Danwell chauffeur.
All right, bring him in.
Come in, Nelson.
Hello, Nelson. Sit down. I want a little information on the shooting of the Danwell butler.
I don't want to have anything to do with it. The guy's dead and it's no loss to anybody, and besides, I don't know nothing about it.
No one's asking you to stool. I just got a hunch, that's all. Sit down, relax. That's it. We've had 3 front-page splurges in the past 6 months, all with servants tied in.
Are you trying to tie me in?
Not if you don't fit. Danwell's butler was shot by his boss's gun, and nobody knows anything about it. Every one of these cases smells strongly of blackmail. Now, if we could only fit the link some way...
I ain't mixing no blackmail ring.
Who said anything about a blackmail ring?
Well, you said something about linking them up. I figured that's what you meant.
Oh, you use your head, don't you, Nelson?
I ain't no dummy.
All right, prove it. What do you know about this Alfred Williams?
Well, he used to talk a lot on the telephone to a guy who was Wyman's butler.
Wyman, huh? What was the butler's name?
I think it was Biddle.
I see. Go ahead.
Well, they used to talk about meeting at the Thursday Club. I think Biddle was president or something.
Thursday Club. Did you ever hear of it?
No, I never heard of it.
Where is it?
Well, I never been there myself. It's a club for servants. You know, they all get Thursdays off.
Place where they can roast the family at leisure.
Yeah. No. It's a social club.
Yeah, sounds convivial. Look here, Nelson. How would you like to do a little detective work for me on your off time?
What's in it?
I'll put you on the payroll for 25 clams a week.
You're on.
Say, what's the idea of giving him a job?
If he thinks he's working for us, we can get more out of him. Now get on that Thursday Club. Find out all you can about it. Keep it quiet.
All right.
Yeah?
London says the Earl of Dexter is at his country place in Hampshire.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's in bed with sciatica.
Serves him right. Go ahead with your sob story.
It isn't a sob story. The Danwells are old friends of ours. You simply got to kill the story.
And kill our circulation with it.
Oh, one story won't matter.
It's bigger and better murders that keep us on the streets.
Well, at least you can keep their names out of it.
Sure, I can call him Smith.
Oh, you're just being stubborn.
It's an old Gilman trait. Listen. Did you ever hear of the 5 little pigs in the newspaper game?
No.
Who, what, when, where, why?
I see. This little pig went to market, that little pig stayed home.
Right. And every little pig has to have its answer. There's no story. And the papa pig in this case is Daniel. You can't duck it.
You mean every story has to have a who?
Sure. Look. Who? Miss Joan Langford. What? Pulled a fast one. When? This afternoon. Where? Petrie's bar. Why? You tell me.
Because Miss Joan Langford had a hunch that if Hank Gilman saw her with the Earl of Dempster, he'd go wee, 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 wee all the way home.
And I went wee, 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 wee right into the files.
What for?
I didn't like the way the Earl sounded his A.
Well, what has that got to do with the Danwell story?
That's just what I'm trying to find out.
It has nothing to do with it. I wish you'd stop dragging my friends into this thing.
You picked your friends. I didn't.
Miss Langford, dinner is served.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Hello. Did you ever try to stop your father from printing a story?
Dad wouldn't have printed that kind of stuff.
If it's a story, he would. He wouldn't have cared who it hit. He never ran away from anything.
You don't have to tell me what Dad would have done. He evidently didn't teach you a sense of decency.
Well, you inherited his disposition anyway.
Oh, listen, Hank. We've worked together on the paper, and I understand your problems. But you have to see this thing from the right viewpoint. You've got to listen to me.
Now, don't try that wheedle business. It's a punk routine.
Routine?
Sure, number 7A. The feminine offspring of Wheedle number 7. The straight from the shoulder, old pal Wheedle. Goes like this.
Listen, old pal. We've been together through thick and thin. I wouldn't do anything to harm you, so listen to me.
Do you think I'd stoop to wheedling?
Sure, all you gals use Wheedles. For instance, there's number 2B. The bowed head, choked up voice Wheedle. Goes like this.
Oh, sir, I expected more from you than this.
That leads us into number 12. The starry-eyed, clinging vine Wheedle. Goes like this.
Oh, sir, what big muscles you have. You must be so strong. I'm only a little baby. But you can do anything, can't you?
Oh, and then there's the browbeaten wife Wheedle. Don't miss this one, it's surefire. If you go out that door, I won't be here when you get back. Hey, John, wait a minute.
Well, are you through with your routine?
I've got the one you just used.
What do you mean?
When a smart girl wants a man to follow her, she just gets up and walks out with him.
That's male conceit number 6Q.
That's the female idea of it.
You don't like women, do you?
Like them or make a hobby of them. Women, newspapers, and disasters.
But you're pretty close to a disaster right now.
It's a swell one. With moonlight shining through her hair.
That's elementary, Mr. Gilman. At least my Wheedles were up in the high numbers. That's masculine Wheedle number 1.
It has a great finish. If that moon would only go behind the clouds.
Oh, Mr. Gilman, I'll bet you say that to all the girls.
See that string of lights down there in the river?
Mm-hmm.
That's a ferry boat. Ever ride on it? Well, in the daytime, it's just an old tub. But at night, you don't notice that. On the back deck, there are 3 old men. They play an accordion, violin, and guitar. Music isn't very much, but you don't notice that either. And the paddle wheels clunk all the way across the river. But on the upper deck, there's romance. Kids who work all day long in stores and offices ride back and forth in the moonlight.
It sounds wonderful, Hank. I never knew you thought things like that.
Oh, yeah, I take my hair down once in a while. I guess it's being out here with you. The moonlight.
Well, if you knew how nice you are this way, you'd never be any different.
Maybe I don't see you often enough.
As often as you like, Hank.
Yes, darling?
You will stop the Danwell story, won't you?
Oh, pulling a fast one, huh?
You have all the manners of a gorilla.
Well, that's better than being a sucker. You had me hooked for a minute.
Hey.
Very slick. And to think the smart Gilman fell for it.
You're just being childish.
Not anymore. It's not me you care about, it's a Danwell story. All right. Tomorrow I spread it over 8 columns on the front page, with pictures in case you can't read. Yeah, and if I get any more dope, I'll break it onto the second page and smear that. So long.
Hank! 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 Hank!
Mr. Gilman, to you.
You've all the romance of a linotype machine. You eat, sleep, and breathe newspaper. And the funny part of it is it's my newspaper you're in love with, not yours.
That's right. It is, isn't it?
And I'll run it the way I want. I ordered you to kill the Danwell story.
I see. You've tried everything else, now it's orders. Well, that's where I get off. I'm through. It's all yours from now on.
You mean if you can't have your own way, you won't play?
Only one person can dictate the policies of a paper. Now, if you think you're good enough to do it, go right ahead and dictate that paper right into the ash heap.
Then you admit you're licked.
Licked? No, just smart. Good night.
Your father worked for 30 years to build up that organization, and now you've jeopardized the whole thing just because you don't like the way somebody talked to you. Oh.
Well, I only fired one man. What's all the shouting about?
But what a man. Why, every newspaper in town's after him.
Well, I don't care.
Oh.
I'm sick and tired of the whole business. I never want to see anybody from that office again.
I beg your pardon, miss. Mr. Flash wishes to see you.
Flash? Send him in.
Mr. Flash?
Hello, Miss Langford.
Hello, Flash.
The city editor wanted me to bring these up to you.
Oh, thank you. You see, they even send the copy up for me to okay.
Yeah.
Say, Flash, how's everything at the office?
Oh, everything's fine. Except you know Mr. Gilman quit.
Oh, yes, I know. Of course, that won't make any difference.
No, except O'Connor quit, too.
O'Connor?
Yeah, that's there. That's what those are. Resignations. Huh. The advertising manager, the business manager, and a bunch of reporters. But you'll probably get along all right. Only I don't know where you're going to get a copy boy like me.
Uh-huh.
Don't you dare say I told you so.
You'd better get Hank Gilman back on that paper as soon as you can.
I'll never ask him to come back. Never.
All right.
Well, you can ask him if you want.
No, he'd laugh at me. The only person who can get him back is you, and you'll probably have to get down on your knees to him, at that.
I won't do that.
I think I know where I can find him if you want me to, Miss Langford.
Where?
I know a half a dozen places where he might be. Just give me a little time to soften him up, and I'll give you a ring.
Don't you dare tell him I want him.
I get you, Miss Langford.
I've tried 4 hotels, 6 barrooms, and a Turkish bath. I must have spent a couple of hours in the Turkish bath waiting for him. I thought of trying the Bureau of Missing Persons.
Hello? Hello, Flash.
I'm down at Mulrooney's. Yeah, right across the street from the paper. I've been talking to him for 2 hours. I told him about the boys quitting, and all he would say was, see if she can laugh that off.
Ask him if he'll come to the phone a minute. Well, how do you know he won't? Well, you tell him I don't want to talk to him either. He won't even talk to me.
Did he tell you the name of the place, miss?
Yeah, Mulrooney's across the street from the paper.
If you really wanted to see him, I think it might be arranged.
How?
Well, there are many ways of doing these things, miss. What time would you like him to be here?
Well, if you really think you can do it, I'd like to have him here for dinner.
Yes, miss. Dinner for 2, 7:30.
Is he here, Biddle?
I was just going to see, miss.
Oh, I didn't hear the front doorbell ring.
Right on time, miss.
Oh, but he's hurt. Get him into my bedroom and call a doctor, quick.
In a moment, miss. Oh, Edward. Come, don't stand there gawking.
Pick up his feet. Pick up his feet. Oh, hurry. Put him on that couch, quick. Biddle, go call Dr. Crenshaw.
I don't think it'll be necessary, miss. It's just a bit of a smack here.
Yeah, maybe he bumped his head against the doorknob.
I'll get an ice pack, miss.
Yeah,
Come in.
Hurry. Oh, Hank, dear, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. I just wanted to get you here so I could talk to you. I'd better get you a cold towel. Come in.
The ice pack, miss.
Oh, thank you, Biddle. Here. Shall we undress him and put him to bed?
I think we ought to have a pair of pajamas.
All right, get me a pair of yours.
I wear a nightshirt, miss.
All right, get me a nightshirt.
Very well, miss.
Oh, Hank, are you all right?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, Biddle, never mind the nightshirt.
Thank you, miss.
Here, I'll get you a glass of water.
Oh, I seem to be in your bedroom. Oh. Let me get this straight. I was just coming out of Mulrooney's when the earthquake struck. Did you have me brought here?
Well, I did want to talk to you.
Well, you have a cute way of arranging a chat.
You're not angry.
Oh, no. I just love these little intimate touches. Say, put that ice bag up against my head, will you? Now, what were we talking about?
I'm sorry, Hank, but I had to do it. You've got to come back to the paper. I can't get along without you.
Neither can I. Move it up a little higher, will you? Yeah, that's better.
Will you come back to work in the morning?
Sorry, but I've got a date up in Vermont. I'm going into the grocery business.
Oh, Hank, please.
And besides groceries, I'm carrying a sideline of pistols and blackjack. Say, who were those lugs you sent after me? Oh, boy, they were experts.
It was only Biddle, the butler.
Oh, Biddle, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, the last time I talked to him, he was the Earl of Dempster.
Well, you see, he's the latest model in convertible butlers.
When I get him, I'll ruin his paint job.
You fell for it, though, didn't you?
Sure, until I saw him help you into your car and climb up beside the chauffeur. So that was Biddle, huh? Well.
Think you're smart, don't you?
No, dumb. That's why I'm going up to Vermont. Sell carrots and peas. Anything you want except spinach.
Hank, you can't. If you quit, everyone else will, too. I can't run the paper alone.
I'll say you can't. You don't even know a good story when it's right under your very nose.
What do you mean?
The Danwell story.
No one knows what really happened there. The Danwells claim it was an accident.
The key to the story is servants, blackmailing servants.
That's ridiculous.
There you are. I give you a lead I've been working on for weeks and say it's ridiculous. Okay, I guess I'll have to work on it myself.
Then you will come back to work?
Do you promise never to stick your nose in the Chronicle office again unless I write you an engraved invitation?
I do.
Do you solemnly promise never to give any orders or make any requests concerning the paper?
I do.
If anyone can show just cause why I shouldn't make a sap out of myself for a girl, let him speak now, forever hold his peace.
Nobody said a word.
Then I pronounce me managing editor.
Oh, wait a minute. Aren't you going to stay for dinner?
I can't handle it. Too weak to lift a spoon.
Oh, Hank,
Don't
please.
stop me. I've got work to do.
Oh.
Get a load of the front page tomorrow with that Danwell story. Oh, boy, you're going to just love the etchings.
So this is what he meant when he said you'll love the etchings. Well, a lot of good this is going to do him.
Oh, I can't stand it any longer. I've never been so humiliated in my life. We'll take the next boat for Europe. What are we going to do? We can't make an Earl of Dempster out of a butler. What is Ronnie going to say? I hope you're going to fire that awful Gilman person.
No, I'm going to congratulate him.
What?
Oh, what difference does it make, Mother? I want to speak to Mr. Gilman. This is Miss Langford calling.
Mr. Gilman says he won't speak to you, Miss Langford, until you get something on the Danwell story.
He'll talk to me all right. I'll go down there and make him.
Well, I should think you would.
And now I shall demonstrate how an airtight case should be sprung. Come here, Brace. You've a well-modulated voice. When Miss Langford comes to the phone, repeat what I've told you.
Hello? May I speak to Miss Langford, please?
Yes, speaking.
Of course you realize what a ridiculous situation you're in, Miss Langford, having your butler pose as the Earl of Dempster.
What?
Yes, the newspapers might like to know the real story.
Oh, but you wouldn't do that.
That depends entirely on you, Miss Langford. Of course, it could be hushed up.
Well, if that's the only way, I suppose I'll have to do it.
Do you know where the Wyman's farmhouse is? That's right. On the East Canterbury Road. The one with the iron deer at the entrance to the grounds. The place is unoccupied now. You are to bring the money in $20 bills in a suitcase tonight at 10 o'clock.
Tell her to knock at the door 3 times.
Go to the front door, knock 3 times, then enter. That's all you have to do.
And then what?
And then a man with a deep voice called me on the telephone.
And asked you for a lot of dough to hush it up.
Well, how'd you know?
Remember that lead I gave you on blackmailing servants? I told you I was going to work on it myself.
Oh, then you...
Sure, I used you as a decoy. Oh, I knew they'd fall for that picture. Well, you're perfect blackmail bait.
Well, what's the next move of the mastermind?
Where are you supposed to take this dough?
To the Wyman farmhouse.
Wyman, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's beginning to add up. Now, listen. I want you to go up there tonight and take Biddle with you.
Biddle?
Yeah. I've got a hunch.
It's a beastly night, miss. But in London, it was always on nights like this that murders were committed. Wouldn't you like me to notify the police?
No. No, that would spoil everything. Is that an iron deer over there?
I'll have a look, miss. It is an iron deer, miss. It must be the place.
Good.
Don't you think I'd better go with you?
Oh, no, they said I must come alone, Biddle.
I know, miss, but I could explain that it was all a mistake, that I'm not the Earl of Dempster.
That's all right, skip it.
All right, but if anything should happen, scream.
All right.
Miss Langford! Miss Langford! Miss Langford! Miss Langford! Oh, Miss Langford. Oh.
Thank you, Biddle.
I'll have you untied in a minute, miss.
My hand, Biddle.
This is an outrage. Something must be done about it. Are you quite all right, Miss Langford?
Yes, I'm all right, Biddle. See what happened to Mr. Gilman.
Mr. Gilman?
Yes. He's over there. I think he's hurt.
Oh. Are you all right, Mr. Gilman?
Oh, Hank, what'd they do to you?
This is getting to be monotonous.
Are there any telephones around here? There should be. Yes, sir. On that desk.
Now, never mind, Lord Evergreen. I'll handle it.
Oh, but you see, sir, I'm not really the Earl. I'm just a simple butler, really.
If you're simple, I'll take 10%. That's a break, it works.
Did you see them get away, Biddle?
Oh, yes, miss. As they came out of the house and ran by the car, I leaped out and tried to stop one of them. But I was at a great disadvantage. He was a big fellow. He slipped out of my grasp and disappeared in the fog. And then I knew that something must have happened to you, and I rushed in here.
Hello, Connor?
Aren't you calling the police?
Hello, Bill? Yeah, I'm up at the Wyman place. And they pulled the job all right. Got away with the dough. But I've got Biddle here. Yeah, Flash and the sheriff are after the other two. I'll give you the dope when they get back. Say, did you send those cops up to the Thursday Club? Okay. No, don't hang up. I'll give you the rest in a minute, yeah. Come on, Biddle. What do you know about this?
This is most insulting. Do you mean to imply
We're past implying. Come on, kick in.
This is too much, Miss Langford. Much as I regret it, I cannot remain any longer in your employ. Without thought of personal safety, I risk my life to come to your aid. I wait in the car.
You'll wait right here.
I warn you, I'm a master of jiu-jitsu.
All right, you lose the first fall. Come on now, answer some questions.
I refuse to be cross-examined. This is utterly ridiculous.
Okay, then I'll answer them for you. You're president of a ring of blackmailing servants called the Thursday Club.
Preposterous.
You engineered this whole job. You planned to shake Miss Langford down when you hired yourself and your three pals.
Hired himself?
Sure. Thorne only told the agency to send you some people to pick from. He hired himself. You had someone else phone Miss Langford and demand the money. And before that, you engineered the Danwell job and the Wyman job before that.
Mr. Gilman, it's obvious that you've never made a study of law. It's astounding how a newspaper man could be so utterly stupid. You can't connect me with this. You've no evidence.
We'll make evidence.
I came here on the request of Miss Langford. I've taken no money. She'd tell you herself that I made no telephone calls and no demands. When the money was actually taken, I was sitting outside in the car. She'll bear witness.
He's right, Hank.
You'll have to do better than that, Mr. Gilman. Good evening.
Wait a minute.
All right, you're asking for it.
I'm gonna get away without dough, do you hear?
No, don't do that. Don't tickle me. Stop, I can't stand it.
Joan, get those ropes, quick. Here, tie his legs.
Oh, no, please. No.
Did you ever hear of the Chinese tickle torture? They used to tickle a man's feet with a feather till he went crazy.
No, don't do that.
Get on that phone, Joan. Now, are you or are you not president of the Thursday Club?
No.
Are you? Are you?
Yes.
Did you get that, Joan?
Yes.
And the Thursday Club is really a blackmailing ring, isn't it?
I don't know.
Let's get you some more.
Was the Thursday Club mixed up in the Danwell case? Was it?
Yes.
I thought so.
He also admitted that the Thursday Club was responsible for the blackmail attempt, which culminated in the shooting of Alfred Williams, the Danwell butler. All right, O'Connor, I'll give you a new lead when I come in.
Give me the phone.
This is my story, and I've already given it to you.
Give, baby. I'm still running the paper.
Oh, Hank, won't you ever let me do anything?
Wheedling again, huh? Hello, O'Connor. You got everything, huh? Right. Run the story under the byline of Jane Robbins. Yeah, I'm going to make a newspaper man out of her, even if I have to marry her.
Oh, darling.
Wait a minute. One thing more.
Mr. Gilman, I'll tell you everything you want to know. But please, don't tickle me anymore.
He's a wheedler.